At Direct Service Garage Doors, we are your one-stop shop for all things garage door. From garage door repair and broken spring replacement to new garage doors and openers, we do it all. We're proud to be among the highest-rated local garage door companies in all of Central Arkansas. Our highly trained technicians are available 24 hours a day at no extra cost to you. So if you have an emergency, call us today, 501-244-3667, or visit our website at directserviceoverhead.com. Don't wait days. We'll fix it now.
All right, welcome everybody. Post-game show time. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Yo. Hope you guys enjoyed the the offensive dominance by the Razorbacks tonight against the Georgia Bulldogs. It's pretty fantastic. I don't know how you guys feel. I feel pretty good about it. I know some people are going to, listen, Ty, I got to be the wet blanket here, but it was Georgia, it was Florida. We're kind of overreacting. We're going to discuss. We're going to talk about it a little bit. But first, I want to say a special shout-out to Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this is very difficult to do. And I do appreciate each and every one of the Patreon supporters, whether you're a $4 donor or if you're an $8 donor. There is an exclusive for you guys right now. There's an interview that I did with Dudley Dawson talking about baseball. That was we did that this morning at 9:45. So for those of you who've been asking about the baseball content, that interview is up on the Tuss Talk with Ty Patreon page. Okay? If you want to get signed up, the link is provided for you down below. All right, Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. Hundreds of 5-star reviews, better than best results. Give them a call today at 501-244-3667. Again, that's Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. Apex Tattoo Studio. You're looking to get a little bit of ink done? Hey, why not hit these guys up? Get that sleeve finished. You know you want to. 201 South 19th Street, Sweet Pea in Rogers, Arkansas. Walk-ins are welcome. If you mention Tuss Talk with Ty, you're getting a 10% discount. They're also offering tap-out sessions as well. How about the Odd Soul located right here down the road from me on Emma Street in Springdale? Craft bar, pizzeria. They've got it all. Great staff, friendly staff, great pies, terrific beverages, local IPAs. They've got it all. They've got it all. Again, I'm going to try. The next time I go in, I'm getting a calzone. That's what I'm doing. All right, let's get in. Let's get caught up here. Make sure you guys like the stream, share the content. Aaron Harbison coming through with the $1.99 super chat. Nick is back and in his groove. Oh, you'd love to see it, man. I've been saying it. This is, let him find the chemistry and the formula with this team. Notice how small of a role Devo has played in these last 2 games, with Nick Smith getting major minutes and a lot of more production today for sure. Zachary Hall, what's going on, man? Turn me up, Hogs. How about Nick Smith Jr.? Lawson Blake at the end with the flex. Are you kidding me? With the flex? That's what I'm talking about, baby. I loved it. Zach, good to see you stop by, my friend. Ty loves those 8 p.m. games. I love them. Let me tell you, I'm just excited about them. I love them. Hey, Ty, the newest Hog fan is finally here. Oh, dude, congrats. And the Hoop Hogs haven't lost since he was born. Good luck, charm. Well, Kingsley, congratulations, my friend. I know you're a longtime viewer, and I remember you talking about the little one on the way. So congrats, man. That is awesome. Nothing like being a dad. Holy crap, Hogs look good. Now, I get it. Georgia's Georgia. Florida's Florida. I understand that. It could certainly look like it could be the case that, yeah, they played weaker opponents and Arkansas is still, maybe they're not as great as we think they are. Maybe this is just a little bit of an overreaction from fans. Sure, that could be the case to a degree. I'm seeing way better chemistry. I'm seeing confidence that these guys haven't had in a while. I mean, they look hungry. They don't give up. They don't give up on plays. They don't give up on possessions. They're not as heated. If you notice, if they turn the ball over or if they commit a foul or whatever, like they don't look as – you're seeing this team mature in front of you. That's what's happening. You're seeing them mature in front of you. And it's been awesome to see. Hold on. Trying to get the retweets out on all the accounts here. You got it. I mean, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, make sure you guys like and retweet if you wouldn't mind. I ask so much of you, but I appreciate you guys for being here. We got a poll up. Hogs beating Bama? Question mark. Is it happening? That probably should have been a Friday poll, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I might save baseball for that Friday poll. 59% of you say yes. We know that there's some distractions going on in Bama. We know there's some drama with a certain player, with Nate Oates. We know there's some stuff going down. I've already been asked about it. I'm not going to make a comment about it. I don't know. I truly don't know. I literally just started hearing about this not that long ago, and I have not had time to digest it, to look at it. I know Clay Travis was claiming, I think he was more or less stating on Twitter that Nate Oates and shouldn't coach, or maybe he should resign, or something to that effect. A lot of different takes on Twitter. Again, I don't know. I mean, go look up what Clay said yourself. Go look up what a lot of people, a lot of talking heads on the national stage talking about this stuff with Nate Oates and Bama and what should happen with them. Listen, you're talking about someone who died. I'm just not gonna talk about something that I haven't absorbed enough of the information to know exactly what's going on. It doesn't look good. And I hate to put this in sports. I hate to say this. I mean, it is my job. I do talk sports, right? And I need to be careful with how I say this. It will be a distraction for Bama. I think that it probably will be moving forward. Now, what that means for Arkansas and Bama, I don't know. Either Bama's maybe they use this as, you know what, we're going to take on the whole world. Everyone wants us to fire Nate Oates and suspend players and all this. We're going to come back out and show you guys what's up. Or it just could be a distraction. But this game is already big regardless of the off the floor. I'm just going to pretend like in my head everybody's playing. I don't see Bama benching anybody. I don't see Nate Oates waking up tomorrow and being fired. I don't see that being the case, or being asked to take some time off. I think at worst that could happen, but I see that as a distraction at the least for Alabama. So that's going to be interesting on Saturday to see kind of what happens there. But again, we're talking about someone's life the game just doesn't matter. Like you got to think of I think it was a mom that was murdered. That's terrible, and that should take like that. It's horrible, and I'm not gonna comment on anything that I just don't know enough about. But in sports terms, for Bama and Arkansas, this is already a big game, and it's going to be interesting to see how if the chemistry and the formula that we've seen on the floor these last couple of games, if it all meshes together and we see what we saw tonight. We see the maturity. We see the growth. And again, maybe the rotation just feels a little bit better. You see Devo's role has shrunk a lot. If Arkansas could take their A game into Bama, I think they can beat Bama. At the moment, if I'm putting money down, I'm having a hard time taking Arkansas. I mean, again, you do have to measure the variables, right? We do have to talk, and these things do matter. They could be a different looking team on Saturday. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think so. I believe everyone's going to participate. I think Nate Oates is going to be there. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll talk about it on Friday. We'll go into that matchup a little bit more, but my gosh, does this game all of a sudden, it's even without any of the distractions, you're seeing Arkansas play its brand of basketball that we've been waiting for, and we've seen it now for 2 games in a row. Now, again, you wish it was against better competition. You wish they would have won a game on the road. You wish they hadn't lost to a certain somebody recently at home. Boy, there's some good basketball tonight. Did you guys watch that? A&M. I tried telling you guys. I've been saying this for months. A&M's salty. They're a good basketball team. I had someone argue with me here, Mr. Arkansas, Texas, whatever his name is, argue with me about how they're not a good team about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He's eating crow right now, fam. He's holding the L. He's holding the L right now. I'm right. A&M is a good basketball team. Now, their early season has killed them. What they did early on in the year, they weren't a very good team. And I think at the time, months ago, you can argue, yeah, I don't know what to expect out of A&M. Their non-conference schedule's not that great. They lost some games they shouldn't have lost. They didn't exactly start off. They just weren't real good. Now they're a good basketball team, and they're playing better. Unfortunately, they set themselves up for a little bit of they're in a tight situation, but I think they get in. I think I think they get in. I think A&M gets in. They've kind of made up for it. They beat Tennessee today at home in what was a pretty good game. I think at one point they had a 12-point lead on Tennessee. From what I saw, I didn't get to watch all of it. I watched a lot of the second half. I don't think Tennessee ever trailed. A&M. I don't think A&M ever trailed, but Tennessee did bring it within like a point or two. You saw Missouri. It was kind of crazy. Today was nuts. It was a good day for basketball. Really, it really was. It's amazing how much Smith changes this team. I couldn't agree more, Will. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you being here, Will Watkins. Haven't seen you in the Discord for a little while. Miller shouldn't even get to play. Yeah. What I have read, it just doesn't look good for Alabama. It's not a good look. It's just not. I don't want to hand out discipline for a situation I just don't know enough about. But if it's true what people are saying, he should at the very least not play this weekend. And I'm not saying that because it's Arkansas, but just till they sort things out. But we know that's not going to happen. We know that nothing – listen, again, it could be for good reason. It could be because, you know what, maybe – this is all overblown. I don't know. Again, I hate talking about this stuff because I just don't it might be a little bit more complex, but it certainly doesn't look good for Alabama. We can all agree on that. Put up 99 on Georgia last year, put up 97 this year. Did they put up 99 on Georgia? I know I vaguely remember that. Yeah. Makes me want to go look up that schedule or that score. Randy McGee Sr., who had a great take on our last postgame. I knew we would play like this. Smith is a straight sniper. Seen it many times in high school. First time we really seem to be opening up, getting good minutes from several bench players. I agree, Randy. Miller shouldn't have been playing from what I've read, but I hope he does so we can beat him straight up. That's the attitude I have. I want to beat them straight up. I want to beat Bama at their best, not because they're best player and maybe the best player in the SEC and maybe the best player in all of college basketball. You beat Bama at their best at Bama. Oh, God, what a sweet feeling. And all of a sudden, now you're talking about, okay, maybe Arkansas is a top 6, at the very least a top 8 seed. Which that's on the table right now, I think. I think being a top 8 seed is definitely on the table because then you have at Tennessee and then you have Kentucky who apparently has turned it around. Let's look at some other scores here really quick. On the SEC scoreboard, you had Georgia. Of course we know about what happened to Georgia. A&M over Tennessee at home. A&M, who's ranked in the top 25, by the way, 68-63, 5-point win at home. Missouri went into overtime. They found a way to win, 66-64. Interesting game. Mississippi State just showing that they can get it done on the road, or at least they can be competitive on the road. But all three of these games were pretty significant in some way. Arkansas, the significance being that they found themselves, it appears that they found themselves on the offensive end of the floor. A&M continues to win in the SEC. To be fair, too, Tennessee is a little bit banged up. They're not the same team that they were. I think at their best, who knows how this game goes down. 100% healthy, but you could probably make the same argument for about 60% of this league or 75% of this league. If only we were at our best, if only we were healthy, if only so-and-so wasn't playing with a bad hip, ankle, knee, whatever, Achilles, headache, whatever the hell excuse you want to make up. Everyone can make that claim. A&M is just a good basketball team, just simply put, and they're going to make it into the tournament. I'm not going to shave any body part. I'm not going to shave my head or my face, but if A&M misses the tournament, I don't know. Maybe I'll have my kid come in here and slap me on live stream or something. Have one of my kids come in here and just slap me as hard as they want. But no, I think A&M's getting in. Missouri, a good win for them. So A&M's going to be 21-7. Tennessee falls to 20-8. Missouri's 20-8. Mississippi State 18-10, 6-9 in conference play. Arkansas 19-9, 8-7. They're finally above that. They're back into the above 500 mark in SEC play at 8-7. What a ball game for Arkansas on the offensive end of things. Money Mars, investigations talk to the boyfriend. Okay. All right, I will read this stuff. I'm just, again, I'm not real comfortable at making any, like, what should be done. I'm just not that kind of guy unless I had more information. But Money Mars says investigations talked to the boyfriend of the girl who got killed. He said him and her were leaving a bar, and Miller and another dude was outside and starting hitting on her. Okay, wow. They told Miller and the other guy to leave them alone, and Miller and his friends left only to come back with a gun and started shooting at the girl and her man. The boyfriend shot back and hit one of them, but the girl was struck 2 times and died. See, I didn't know all that. Wow. Miller isn't playing this year again. No way, says Money Mars. That's sad, man. I mean, that's sad. Miller was not there when he was shot, says Swaggy. Yeah, see, I didn't know he was. That's news to me. I didn't think Miller was there. I thought the only thing that they discussed was that he had given them a gun, and it sounds like there might have been an exchange. I don't know. Tyler Broadway says that's not what happened. Miller wasn't there. Yeah, I hadn't heard that he was there. Yeah, that's news to me. I don't think Miller was actually there. Now, unless this is all being buried, and a lot of people aren't real happy with Nate Oates right now. They think he buried a lot of this. None of us really know the whole story. It's really sad, though. Don't know what to think of the whole Miller thing. Yeah, man, you just hate it because it's like, I mean, someone lost their life, just really too bad. Every person on our roster has scored this season. Yeah, I think that is the case. Let's go. Let's break this down. Let's that stuff we'll just leave off the court for now. We're going to leave that off the floor. Let's talk about this game really quick and what Arkansas did. I mean, listen, they blew Georgia out of the water. It was just raw, way better talent, way better roster at home. Bud Walton was juiced. What a day, by the way. Arkansas baseball had to come from behind to get a win against Grambling. Did you guys catch that game? I had it. I watched it alone. Definitely nobody else watched the game. But it was a good game. I watched it while cooking dinner. It's a pretty good game. Arkansas chipped away at the lead slowly, and it was a good game. Arkansas came back and won. It's a midweek game. Take it for what it was. They're going to open things up with a 3-game series this weekend. A lot of stuff to do this weekend, even though Arkansas basketball is going to be on the road. All right, Arkansas, I mean, my God, the entire roster played today, by the way. You ended up with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Everyone played. Graham got 18 minutes. Ricky Council got 28 minutes. How about this? Arkansas shot 63%. I think at one point they were shooting 70% again in the second half. It was just ridiculous. 37-58. Listen to this. I'm pretty sure this is a season high, at least in conference play. 55% outside shooting, out in the perimeter, 3-point shooting. 55%. And this isn't on 10, 12 attempts. This is on 20 attempts. Some nights you're just on, and also you've got your guy back, and Nick Smith just has opened up the entire floor for this team. What else? What else do we have to make this claim? How about 26 assists? 8 of them coming from Anthony Black, your point guard. He was able to just play that role. Devo, who logged 28 minutes, he had 4 points. Once again, not overly effective on the offensive end of the floor. Good defender. His role it's coming down. He's losing some minutes as was expected, but he's getting key minutes from on the defensive side of things, on the defensive end of the floor. He was 2 for 2, by the way. He shot 100%, 4 points. But it was Anthony Black who ends up with almost a double-double, 8 assists, 10 points, 4 rebounds. and Anthony Black with 8 assists. I think Walsh, I'm pretty sure, did he log it? Because in the first half, I didn't get to watch the first half, like all of it. I got to watch the last 7 minutes of the first half or whatever it was. Whenever they finally got through with the first game ahead of this one. So I don't know. Did Walsh play any minutes in the first half, or if he did he have any production? I think all of his rebounds came in the second half. He ended up with 9.7 rebounds. Quietly had a pretty good game. Yeah, he had 3 fouls with just 21 minutes of play because, of course, he did. 2 steals. But Anthony Black, 8 assists, 10 points. Nick Smith, a career-high 26 points, 1 turnover, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Ricky Council comes off the bench, 28 minutes, 22 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Arkansas ended up with 7 steals. Almost 64% shooting, 55% outside shooting. Now, what was the one thing they did that we all talked about? I'd really like to see them climb the ladder here, and they're just not doing it, not consistently. Free throw shooting, 12 of 22 at home is just, come on. What are we doing? And I know who's taking those shots matter. I get that, but Walsh was 1 of 3. Black went 0 for 1. Nick Smith was 5 of 8. And Ricky Council was shot. He shot, this is the reason why you're kind of where you're at here. 3 of 6, 50% out of Ricky Council. Just so inconsistent, right? We got to talk about all the good is great. You guys know how I operate, though. I'm not just going to sit here and sunshine pump because then I'm a sunshine pumper. I have to insert a little bit of realism. Free throw shooting's got to get better. I don't know that it will. But the overall product on the floor is better. It's just better with Nick Smith. I'm going to say this again. Yes, the fact that they played Florida and Georgia matters. These are not 2 good teams right now. Of course, Florida is without Castleton, and they're already a mediocre team even with a healthy Castleton. At their best, they're a really good defensive team, and that's really about it. Arkansas ran right through them like a hot knife through half-melted or room temp butter with a hot butter knife. Like, they just ran through them. They did the same thing tonight with Georgia. This is kind of what I expected. I kind of thought, I didn't think they'd score 90-plus, but I thought they would end up at least with a, 12 or 14-point lead or something or whatever. I knew it would be double digits. I just had no idea it would be 97-65. I had no idea it'd be this big of a win. Same with Florida. Now, can they carry this momentum? God, you wish that Alabama game was in Fayetteville. Could you imagine the crowd? And then you've got baseball. Oh my God. But it's there. You're gonna have to take this with you. Can you carry the momentum? Can you carry the good vibes? Can you carry this kind of production with you? There's one thing for sure. There's no reason why they shouldn't have the confidence to be able to walk in down in Alabama and make that a ball game at the very least. Listen, a loss doesn't do anything to you there. Not even a bad loss does anything to you. We're going to gripe about it. We're going to talk about it and pick it apart in the postgame, but it doesn't hurt you. Losing at Tennessee, even though they're not playing great basketball right now and they're a little banged up, I don't think hurts you much. Kentucky, I don't know. I listened today. I don't remember where that was at. It might have been Morning Rush. It might have been Ty Richardson. Someone made the claim somewhere. I was listening that Arkansas could lose out and they're still in because of the net rankings, because simply the net just loves the SEC. I don't know if that's true. I'm just going to say let's go ahead and grab one of these away wins, whether it's Bama or Tennessee, just to be sure. And with the cherry on top, let's take care of Kentucky at home. But all 3 of these games are just nothing but opportunities to build onto your resume and to get a better seeding. That's really what we should be talking about, is getting better seeding. And you could do that. Imagine if you went out. Imagine if you went out and you're not an early exit in the SEC tournament, we could be talking 5 seed or higher. I think you are talking 5 seed or higher. I think you are talking or 6 seed or higher at the very least, depending on where the selection committee is and all this. But if the net rankings hold up and you find a way to win 2 out of 3 and you go on a little bit of a run in the SEC tournament, maybe you grab a couple of wins and you get a win against the high net ranking team or something. I don't know, but you get an opportunity to kind of build on that resume. You got to take advantage. Every game is just another opportunity at this point to get better seeding, and that's where we're at in all this. Georgia was just awful. Shot 36%. Overall, 19 of 52. Arkansas's length their length just shut Georgia down. They had no answer for Arkansas' size, athleticism, raw talent. Musselman's a hell of a coach. We know that. I think Georgia's doing a good job. They're certainly better than where they're at this year under new administration. They've won 16 games. How many did they win last year, right? I mean, they're maybe they'll be better. Maybe Georgia will actually be relevant one day in basketball. But you never know. You never know. I'll be fair. You never know. But no, I was really impressed. Their defense, they just altered shots. They blocked shots. Arkansas ended up with 4 blocks, which honestly is I kind of thought they'd end up with more. I figured they'd be in the 7+ category, but only turned the ball over. Another thing we haven't talked about, we already mentioned the 26 assists. How about just 5 turnovers? They played such clean, crisp basketball. This was the best they have looked all year. I think this is better than – I mean, the Kentucky game is definitely up there, right? And that's a better opponent. I guess you would have to say Kentucky's the best you looked, but maybe this is your best performance at home in conference play. I don't know. But this was pretty clean basketball. You're talking about 5 turnovers to 26 assists. Are you serious? Georgia had 6 assists with 13 turnovers. Just incredible. Great basketball. Ty Smith, say we can win out. What is realistically the highest seed we could get? A 4? I think that's probably about right, Ty. It just kind of depends on what you do in the tournament, right? In the SEC tournament. If you won the whole SEC tournament, which, listen, I think anything's on the table, especially with this stuff going on with Alabama, especially with Tennessee trying to lick their wounds right now. I think the most dangerous team that people aren't talking enough about, it could be Vanderbilt, which would shock. I mean, it'd shock everybody if they go on some kind of run. A&M is playing a really high level of basketball. Missouri is not so good away from home. At home, I really think they can beat most teams at home. They could beat a lot of ranked teams at home. They've beaten ranked teams at home. They're a pretty salty bunch on a neutral floor. I don't know. Mizzou, to me, they're a great offensive team, but other than that, I'd have a hard time seeing Mizzou going on. I mean, you never know. I mean, their offense could carry them, though. It really can. And they have performed pretty decent. Even though they've lost some games, they have performed pretty decent on the offensive end of the floor. But they're just overall not I don't know. Missouri just doesn't impress me unless they're at home. At home, they can beat anybody. We set a program record for shooting in an SEC game at 64% per Chuck. Wow. Incredible. I mean, just maybe this is your best game of the year then. With the off-the-court distractions and Bama locked up for a 1 or 2 seed. With the off-the-court distractions and Bama being locked up, 1 or 2 seed, Hogs win this Saturday. Oh, okay. You're saying that's why. Okay. Hey, Ty, Hogs may have a chance with the Miller distraction. Yeah, we were already kind of talking about that earlier. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like we prepare as much or well in the SEC tournament. Maybe we're more focused on March. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, and they kind of ran into a problem last year, right? In the SEC tournament. Mississippi State probably just got kicked from their last 4-in status. We'll have to wait and see. Lunardi went to 8 teams out of the SEC. I'm pretty sure I saw that right. He went up to 8 teams. I don't know, man. I want to know. Let me look at this bracketology here. I shared it in Discord, and I'm almost positive he has 8 teams in the SEC, out of the SEC going to the NCAA tournament. Yeah, 8. Big 10 at 9. Big 12 at 8, which makes sense. SEC at 8. ACC at 5. Big East at 5. Mountain West 3. Pac-12 3. WCC 2 and American at 2. I just don't know, man. I mean, do you guys think 8 teams get into the NCAA tournament? I mean, is it just maybe – here's my question. Let's say they do send 8. How many of them actually make it past the second round? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe I've got it twisted. This is the year the SEC just dominates. They go far. You have more than one team make it beyond. I don't know. I have such a hard time seeing 8 teams getting in. Arkansas's a 9 seed currently, matched up in the West, the Las Vegas bracket. Right now matched up with, I mean, you know, this is going to change ASAP, but they've got it matched up with Iowa. who's an 8 seed currently. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, there is a poll. Hogs beating Bama. Yes, no. 71% of you are saying yes. Net loves the SEC. I really don't believe this conference is amazing. We seen it last year. Many teams didn't perform well in March. They did not. They did not. The SEC is quantity over quality conference. That's a very good way of pointing it out, Tony. It's not just Miller, it's Bradley too, according to Aaron Torres. Wow. Yeah, again, I'm just not comfortable commenting very much on that. I'm just not. Like, I don't have all the facts in front of me. I know, obviously, we know what happened with the shooting and the death of the individual, of the mother, but that ending was crazy. Oh, with Mississippi, yeah, it was. It was a crazy ending. You're absolutely right. Someone had a question up here. I'm gonna scroll up. Definitely helps with the momentum going into these next two games. In the gut punch Alabama just took. I'm very excited, says Ty Smith. Yeah, listen, a part of me wants to be cynical and say that nothing happens, right? And if nothing is supposed to happen, then nothing should happen, right? If this is all getting overblown and we don't have all the facts and whatever, I do not want to overreact to something. Again, that I don't have everything in front of me to make I really don't even care to comment on that sort of stuff because I just don't know. And we're also talking about someone dying here and also someone's future, right? But it is a distraction for Alabama in the very least, at the very least. And Arkansas, it's already an interesting game with Arkansas with Nick Smith back, right? Chris, did you see the Hogs versus Missouri game, 2,000 fouls? Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Adrian says, hopefully Arkansas baseball can host a regional this year. I agree. Hopefully they do. Police said there's nothing they could charge Miller with according to the law. Donnelly D. I didn't even see Donnelly in here. I know, so someone should have watched the game. What? Oh, someone who should have watched the game. I know exactly who you're talking about, Donnelly, if you're still in here. I didn't see that. Oh, man. Yeah. J-Dog, Nick being back, takeoff scoring pressure off Black and Devo. Yeah, it's opened things up. It really has. We talked about that earlier. It's completely opened things up on the floor for Arkansas. Nick Smith Jr. opens up the offense with him dropping 26. Alabama will have to focus on him. Yeah. And again, we talked about this not long ago. He needs this kind of game. He needs that tune-up game where he comes out and he just dominates, and he did exactly that. I mean, this was just an awesome performance out of Nick Smith. They're looking like the team we thought they were supposed to look like from the get-go, right? Even without Brazil, right? And that's still a big piece. That's a big piece. I get it. But we finally are starting to see it. Who you play matters, but you can see it. Sometimes it just doesn't matter who you're playing, right? You just see the better chemistry and the better product on the floor. And let's hope they could carry this into Bama. You know, they're going to get a little bit extra time here to get ready. Let's look at these matchups tomorrow here really quick. Uh-oh, ESPN's crashing on me. No! Why? No. There it goes. Maybe. Oh, my Lord. That took 5 minutes to load. Let's see here. Alabama. Yeah, they have South Carolina tomorrow at 8 p.m. So if you want to get a look, see what they do tomorrow, that might be a big game. If, Brandon Miller doesn't play. So might be worth watching tomorrow. Alabama at South Carolina. I mean, they should still dominate South Carolina with or without Miller. But how much of the distraction, how much of that kind of plays into effect into some of this, right? I really feel like we could have gone this whole game without a turnover. Yeah, right? I know, Jacob. I know. Wasn't it wonderful? Wasn't it wonderful? Nick seeing his shot go down gives him confidence, and that's dangerous because he doesn't hesitate. and he does everything to help the other 4. Yeah, he's not. He'll pass the ball. He'll pass the ball. I mean, it wouldn't shock me to see him when Anthony Black is off the floor. That gives him the opportunity to become the point guard, to be the distributor, to be the one on the floor. And I think he's, you watch his mannerisms, you watch the way he kind of interacts with. I think those guys kind of look up to him. I really do. And boy, there are so many people eating crow on the Nick Smith stuff. So many people eating crow. So many L's being handed out. And I know most of you were with me and all that. Most of you are with me. Like, look, man, thank you for being a Razorback. If you come back, great. If not, hey, go do you. Go get paid. Go do your thing. It's so nice to have him back, man. And it just changes so much. Now, did you see? I mean, again, we already talked about the 3-point. We said he's a 3-level player. He can score at all 3 levels. He can drive. He's got a mid-range shot. He can knock down the corner pocket 3 ball, and he could knock it down from the top of the arch. That's what he is. That's what he does. I don't know where the guy, where's so-and-so who was telling me last week he's not a first-round draft pick. The troll, which he was, but it was still fun for him to hold the L. He's holding the L tonight, baby. Did you think he looked like a first-rounder tonight? Because I certainly thought he looked like a first-rounder tonight. He certainly looked like, a lottery pick. That was the debate. Oh, looks so great. Oh, I love it. Jacob Belk, 132 people watching and only 6 likes. What? It's got more likes than that. We're at 41 likes. Yeah, but I do appreciate it. Throw up give it a like. Let's see. Dat Rickster, 420. I love saying these names out loud. They're so fun. They're getting close to playing like they were early in the season. I agree. I hated seeing Nick Smith Jr. get the hate. Yeah, man. Ash, I'm right there with you. It was undeserved. It was ridiculous. On a positive note, starters going crazy for bench players. Isn't it wonderful, man? They were cheering them dudes on. It was great. It was so good. Hey, I put out a Matt Jones short. If you haven't watched it yet, you should go watch it. I've had the conversation about my favorite Razorback of all time. It's Matt Jones. Who I've watched play in person, it's Matt Jones. I mean, to me, it's kind of, Darren McFadden's up there, Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis. Marcus Monk was fun to watch at wide receiver, but probably wouldn't cut my top 10. List goes on and on. Watching Alex Collins, I think arguably maybe the second, third greatest, maybe at least top 3 greatest running back to ever play at Arkansas. But I put that short up, and it's his combine, and them kind of talking about what he did and his numbers and how crazy athletic he is. So go watch that short. You just click on the shorts page when we're done here. But just a heads up. And don't forget, Patreon supporters, you have access right now as we speak to the Dudley Dawson interviews. We talk a little bit about baseball. A lot of you were asking me about baseball. I say a lot of you. Several of you were asking me about baseball. That is up. So if you're a Patreon supporter, it doesn't matter if you're in the $8 tier or the $4 tier. That is it's accessible to you. Just go click on the Patreon link and it'll take you right to it. My favorite hog of all time was classmate. Wait, my favorite hog of all time was my classmate from day one, David Barrett. Oh, I'm younger, but KJ's become my favorite hog of all time. KJ is great. I don't know if I'd put him in the freaking nature category like I do with Matt Jones and Peyton Hillis. Darren McFadden, obviously freaking nature. I don't know that I'd put KJ in that category, but there's something about him putting that offense on his shoulders and just doing what he's got to do to move the ball down the field. Something I really respect. He's going to go down as one of the greatest to ever play at Arkansas at quarterback. I mean, he really is. He's going to break some records this next year. Now, you'd have to start to compare like the talent around him, more competent on, they're a better offense. Kendall Briles' system was so much better, I think, than what Matt Jones had to work with. I mean, it really kind of felt like they're pulling that offense out of their ass. Let's just run the option with Matt, just have him run down the sidelines. That's what the offense was. But yeah, man, someone that large, or that big, that tall, that lanky to drop that kind of 40 time, just ridiculous. For me, it was Burks. Going to high school with him was fun. I bet it was, JD. Wide receivers coming out of Warren, man. That's wide receiver high school right there. Someone dropped the Discord link in here. Oh well, yeah. I don't think I have any mods in here right now. Let me copy. Here you go. There you go, right there. Paste. Boom. There's the Discord. Can the round ball hog take this kind of performance on the road for Alabama and Tennessee? I hope so. Me too, Steve. Me too, sir. Can the round ball hogs? God, I need my glasses. Did I show you guys what happened to my glasses? Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? Oh, no. I must have chucked them. I stepped on them. I broke them. I can't. I see double sometimes. It would help if Matt Jones would have put in effort in practice. Yeah, he kind of had that reputation. Yep. You're not wrong. But he's still my favorite hog I ever got to watch play. Just incredible. All right, that is going to do it. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure on your way out you hit that like button. You share the content. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Shout out to, of course, Patreon supporters. I really do appreciate you guys. And our sponsors, Direct Service Overhead, Odd Soul, and the Apex Tattoo Studio. So I don't know right now I don't know what the schedule is for tomorrow. I've got some people. I've got solar panel people coming over again tomorrow. Just to kind of, we're trying to get this thing right here. I don't know if I can't pull it up in front of the camera. I've got this little thing that helps me monitor. So anyways, I've got people coming over to help me. You can't see it, but it looks like a tablet. Cord's too damn short. But they're coming out tomorrow to help me figure this thing out. And I've got some other stuff going on. So again, Wednesday shows are sometimes just difficult to do. My kids get out of school early. So right now I would just assume that I'm not going live tomorrow. But there will be a show on Friday. Now, again, if I do go live, I'll try to give you guys a heads up in Discord and on social media. So, all right. Man, what a show, baby. Oh, what a show. It felt so good after a dub. It feels so good. For Nick Smith, he told people, I'm coming back. I mean, it's going to happen. His dad told people, and it happened. Too many people flapping their gums on Twitter. They're holding the L. I wish they would come out and apologize. Some of them have. I've seen a few own up to it. Mad respect to those people. Couple people in here. I haven't seen them lately. Where are they at? Nick Smith's back, baby, and he's giving you a better opportunity to take this thing to another level. Mad respect to Nick Smith Jr., who didn't have to come back, but he came back anyways. Let it sink in, baby. Let it soak in because it feels fantastic. What a kid. What a kid. All right. Again, the plan is to probably go live again on Friday. Dudley Dawson interview on Patreon, available only for Patreon supporters right now. It'll go public later on, but right now, if you're a Patreon supporter, you get access to it. All right? Join Discord. Check out all the links. And, yeah. Until probably Friday, unless something changes. Woo pig, baby. It's turning around, baby. It's turning around. It is. That's what's happening here. If I click the right button, it feels so much better. Soak it all in. Woo pig. I'll see you guys on Friday.